We're here with aspiring young future superstar of the Mexican wrestling industry, the Great Luchadore, future Great Luchadore, the Great Leelondo. Welcome, Leelondo.
Thank you. I'm glad to bring you all back some good memories.
Yeah, some good memories and some future aspirations. Why don't you send a little greeting to your fans out there in Spanish?
Hola, México. Me- México es tu popular país y nadie es no vayando a, a sacar. Uh, I don't know how to say
Vaya con Dios, my darling.
that.
No, okay.
Uh, te amo a México. Gracias por todas las cosas en México.
Well, Dad taught you Spanish really well, didn't he?
No,
Dad didn't teach you good Spanish?
no. You, I know what vaya con Dios means.
Well, do you know? Dad knows how to say sí.
Padre, vamos a interview.
Oh, okay, let's get back to the interview. Unos, dos, tres, foros,
Dad,
fivos, sixos, sevenos, eightos. Okay, back to the interview. Now, what do you think about the direction that your career is going in? What do you plan to do? What do you hope to do? Where do you hope to go?
well, I'm gonna first start out in Mexico in AAA, then go to CMLL, then go to Japan, and then WWE.
Yeah, who are some of your influences? Talk about some of your influences, some of the luchadors that you look up to. Just name a few of them.
Uh, Místico, aka Sin Cara, y, y, y Conan, muchas luchadores.
Mucho grande.
Uh, much
Oh,
luchadores.
I thought it was the Nacho Belgrande. No. We're back to the subject at hand here. So when you talk about luchadors, I know you like Rey Mysterio Jr., somebody you really looked up to. Talk about Mil Mascaras, the original luchador, and he was kind of like a combination luchador, old school brawler. What do you think that he meant to the luchador business?
Well, what he meant to the luchador business is
Uh-huh.
that he respected every single fan around Mexico.
Yeah, he did, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And his masks had like some of that flower kind of type with like part of a diamond that I have on my mask, like a triangle. So
Yeah.
the mask that Neil had was
Kyron. There's Kyron Locken. Kyron Locken. Okay, so Kyron, we had almost a visitor and invader. Kyron Locken came in the mix.
just get
Back to the interview. Okay. So basically, why don't you just send a message in Spanish? Why don't you, go ahead and just free flow and talk in Spanish to all your future fans out there? And what kind of a message do you want to send them? What kind of a wrestler are you going to be for them to look up to? So just go into all that.
yo 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 será un gran Leelondo y y yo llevaré un amarillo y azul máscara que gusta sin cara y, y pero diferencia ah, lados oh, y la máscara eh, ah, tendría ah,
Sangria.
tendría
Oh, yes, that too.
tendría un triángulo
Uh-huh.
Los círculos y crescentos.
Very, very inspirational, very beautiful. Yes, see. So when you're on, I know that you plan on doing a tour stop in Tijuana. Is this true?
Uh,
You want to come visit the great people of Tijuana?
sí,
Okay.
yes.
And you're looking forward. I know that you're wanting to really come down there and drink some of their delicious
I
water.
would just bring the water that I have from my hometown, Coos Bay, Oregon.
Why would that be, son? Why don't you want to try it? Why don't you want to have their water?
Because their water, it doesn't seem like fresh as the United States.
You don't think so? Have you heard great things about it?
Uh, no,
I heard that the Tijuana Bottled Water Company was going to be one of your sponsors. Is there any truth to that rumor?
no.
No. How about Chico's gold cheap Swiss watch stand over on one of the corners there in Tijuana? I heard that they were maybe thinking about sponsoring you too. You can get a really, really good deal on a watch. It's only a couple dollars, but you got to be careful. The gold paint, that really high class 25,000 karat gold, it ships easy.
I would just work for that watch.
You would just work for that watch? Okay.
Yeah, like wrestle for it.
You would?
Yes.
Okay. Do you take pesos?
Not really.
Okay, so back to the interview. Okay, we've got the Tijuana Bottled Water Company on the line, but I told them you're busy in an interview.
Yeah.
Yes, it's got a nice mauve brown twinge to it.
Really?
Yeah, really it does. Isn't that cool?
Not really.
Are you looking forward to the fresh air?
It's going to be hot up there.
Is it? Are you looking forward to the clean, crisp air?
Clean and crisp air, yeah.
Good.
But the sunshine, it will be very, very hot.
Are you looking forward to the really, really clean air of Mexico City when you go there? And its high elevation. Are you looking forward to the nice, clean, crisp skylines? Wrestling with the nice outside in Mexico City with the backdrop of a nice, clear, haze-free sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, buddy. I'm glad of that. So where else do you plan on going after that? Are you planning on going to any other countries?
Well, I'm going to go to Japan, home of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yes. And when you go to Japan, all you got to do is say, are you going to say arigato?
I would say domo arigato.
Mr. Roboto, domo.
Yeah.
Domo.
I would say domo arigato gozaimasu to the fans in Japan.
Oh, well, that would be lovely. But as far as your career goes like that, so you plan on starting off in Mexico, touring there. You plan on going to Tokyo, in Japan, yeah. Do you plan on going to? Are you planning on making a tour stop by any chance in Arundi, Burundi?
Really?
No.
Enough with the Rundi Burundi.
Okay, so what would you say though, Leland, was the difference between the luchador wrestlers and their style versus, like, say, the old school wrestlers? What do you think is the difference?
Well, the old school wrestlers, they had like the brawling kind of type. Like they would go for the collar and elbow tie up, and then they just would like go down and go into an armbar for an hour.
And it seems like they would stay there perpetually for years, huh?
Yeah, but nowadays, wrestling has more and more entertaining stuff like the high flyers. Like wrestling people say, we better spice it up with the high flyers.
What do you think do you think people got sick of watching a wrestling match where they laid on the mat for several minutes in an armbar?
Yes.
I mean, that got kind of old, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Certainly it did. Nowadays, you get to see more more over-the-top rope, high-flying action than they used to do in the 1970s and till 1988. 1988 was the first Super Juniors match, featuring the debut of Jushin Liger.
Was he an overweight beer gut wrestler that just laid on the mat?
No.
Oh.
Jushin Liger is a high flyer. Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, Playboy Buddy Rose?
No. Enough with the Portland wrestling.
Okay, it wasn't exciting. So, do you think that a luchadore's career, how do you think that they stay in such good shape for years? Because it seems like you would think their careers would be shorter, but it seems like they do wrestle for years. Mil Mascaras, I think, even still wrestles once in a while. The great Mil Mascaras, who we love, by the way. Much love, Mil.
Mucho
love and respect. And mucho taco nacho belgrandes come into your perception. Okay, so also you get to a point where, you know, I mean, it's just like the touring. Do you think you can handle the touring nonstop?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, this has been a really great interview, buddy. We'll have to have you back on again. And why don't you just give the fans out there a nice, loving message in Spanish? And just tell them, you know, if you want to send anybody else a shout out in Spanish, just go ahead and take a minute and do that.
Me quiero a mi fans en México. México es un país muy popular y te quiero.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. Okay, and also I know that Leland had forgotten that he was also wanting to remind his great fans in the greater Tijuana area and greater Juarez and Nogales areas when he tours there to save buckets of water for him so he can bring back to America, right?
Right.
So you want buckets of water because you're looking forward to bottling some of that water and bringing it back and drinking it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, well, all right. You love Tijuana water.
Actually, I do not like the Mexico's water. I would bring fresh water from the U.S.
For all the people.
For all the people.
For all the people, the greater Tijuana area.
Yeah.
And Juarez and Nogales. Okay. Taco Bell Grande and Muchos and Nacho Man, right?
Just say that I love all the fans in Mexico.
Yeah, and you want to thank your dad for teaching you Spanish?
Dad, I already know Spanish.
And dad's an expert in it, huh?
No, all you do is go sí and uno, dos, tres, foros, fivos, sixos.
Oh, apparently there's a little bit more to the language. I love you, buddy. Do you think I'm embarrassing?
Yeah.
All right, I love you. All right, we're going to
too.
wrap this up. This has been the Great Leelondo.